Continuing on, our next guest, making his record-breaking third appearance on our program, a very talented comedian who he performs all over the place. He's also an illustrator who's done some books about ghosts and cats. Doogie Horner is here, ladies and gentlemen. Doogie! Oh, ascending to the harp. Very nice.
Thank you very much.
Doog man, how are you?
I'm great. I love this harp music.
Yes. Have you been this close to a harp before?
I don't think so.
Is it the proximity or is it the instrument?
Yeah, maybe at the Met Gala. I feel like I was probably at some gala.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe it was the last time I was this close to a harp.
Lousy with harps.
Or a funeral home.
Yep, they like harps there too. Yep.
Yeah, classic.
A somber note. Yeah.
Have you ever gotten hired to work at a funeral?
Once.
How was it?
It's pretty depressing, honestly.
Yeah.
What do you expect?
What do you expect?
The answer to me.
You're like,
it was fantastic. Oh my gosh, best night of my life. So much sex. But now we haven't seen each other in a little bit.
Yeah.
You're in Philly or you're back here now?
I'm back in New York now. I'm originally from Philadelphia.
Okay.
And people usually don't applaud. They're usually like, I hate your sports fans. I had my car flipped, and I know a couple people have had their cars flipped in sports riots in Philadelphia. What's a car? Yeah.
Millie.
Yeah.
And so you're here and you're doing great. Now, you're a married person.
Mm-hmm. Yep, I'm married.
I assume happily.
Happily married. Yep.
Do you like the dick?
Fucking love the dick.
Yeah. Me too.
Love getting it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it's the whole act. The point is, you're very romantic in the relationship. How did you meet?
We met in college. We've been together since college, and
really,
we were both studying graphic design. And I used to sneak in her window at night and use her printer while we were dating.
Okay, no, that seems fine.
That's
the one use where that's allowed.
Yeah.
Just sneak in to get a couple of prints out. Were you using photo paper or regular paper on that?
I was using matte photo paper. This was the days. Maybe people don't understand, but like back in the day, everybody didn't have a printer.
This is true.
And so
I'm trying to tell people.
We'd pull all-nighters doing graphic design, and I would sneak into her,
get up in there,
and use and she'd wake up in the morning to find me. I'd been graphic designing all night and printing Epsons.
Yeah.
Young love. I mean.
Yeah. It's very romantic.
It's a crazy. Yeah.
Did she appreciate you being there?
Yeah. I mean, it didn't just. Yeah, I guess
she was okay with it.
She was okay with it.
It never was alarming. It never.
No.
No. Okay. All right. And so that you've been together for quite some time then.
Yeah, we've been together for 20 years. We met in art school.
Yeah.
And then she's 2 years older than me.
Well.
So and so she doesn't understand any of my cultural references.
No.
She's like, Pokemon who?
That's like me and
It's
Billy.
not a person. What's a DJ? I'm like, hey, she thinks she's talking Full House. I'm talking the Wicca,
Yeah.
I'm talking Jazzy Jeff.
Yep.
But anyway, so she was a little older than me, so she graduated before me, and she moved out to Western Canada. So our relationship was long distance.
How'd you take that?
Well, I went out and I visited her.
Okay.
But I was in college at the time, so I had more time than money.
Yeah.
So I took a bus from Philadelphia to Western Canada.
Wow.
3 days. That's how long it takes. Brutal.
But that's a big romantic gesture to make.
Yeah, and it was actually pretty interesting because the bus never stops for more than 15 minutes.
Really? Yeah.
And they switch drivers, and so you never really get off the bus.
Like marriage.
Yep.
Yeah.
And at one point it stopped for 30 minutes, and I sprinted to Kmart to buy a Discman.
Whoa.
Because the ride was so brutal.
Did you not anticipate the need for music going into it?
I think my Walkman broke on the second day.
It broke. Yeah. Did you also have to buy CDs if you had a Walkman?
I had to pick up a couple CDs.
Okay.
Too. Yeah.
All right. Do you still have fond memories if you listen to those CDs? You're like, oh yeah. The bus.
I think while I'm listening on my phone, I look for the bass boost button and I don't find it. You know?
Yep. Get that Natalie Merchant going.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know.
I do know.
You've been on a bus to Canada before then too.
So many buses.
Yeah.
So to Canada. Yeah. A lot.
Wow.
A lot. Would you say, are you looking forward to Valentine's? Is there something that you do for your wife that, or have you done over the years where it really counts? Like, have you gone out to the Poconos to a heart-shaped bed or anything like that?
Usually on Valentine's Day, what we do is we go snowboarding together.
Oh.
Which I think is a pretty common. I know it's a little cheesy. That's what everybody does, but we like it. No, I know. I'm kidding.
No, we can see him. He's here.
Yeah. Even if you could see me, you wouldn't know I was joking. But yeah, seriously, we do always go snowboarding though. That's what we usually do on Valentine's Day. Not on the day, usually like whatever, that weekend or that week, whenever, just around Valentine's Day, we usually go snowboarding.
Yeah.
But we can't now. We got a kid now. My son is 4. Although he just started skiing, actually. He can get down the mountain all by himself now.
It's pretty good.
At 4, yeah.
Well, he doesn't need you anymore.
No, I know, exactly.
On his own.
He yelled over his shoulder. He was like, "Keep up." Jeez, come on, man.
See you later.
Yeah.
As they say down there.
So this year, I don't know what we're going to do. Kirby and I, my son Kirby, we went shopping today for Valentine's stuff for her.
That's sweet.
And he goes, "What do you think Mama will get me for Valentine's Day?" And I was like, "Kirby, it's not
your relationship.
It's about you getting something for her. She will get you something, but we're focusing on her." And he's like, "Maybe she liked this big box of candy. You think she share with us?" I said, "Well, she probably will share with us, but I think she'd like flowers more than candy." And he goes, "Okay."
Not too different from a lot of fellas out there.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
Maybe I could have a little bit of this. You know.
Yeah. You get chicken wing. Get
I
chicken
winked at
wings.
Doogie. You couldn't see it, but I winked at Doogie in that moment.
So I'm not sure what we're gonna do. I think we're gonna. Yeah. I think Kirby and I are gonna make her a special meal or something. And
Oh yeah. Is there a meal that is your go-to, like a love souffle?
Love souffle is usually my go-to.
Yeah.
Or some type of chowder.
Always good. A hearty fish stew will
hearty fish stew. Yeah.
serve you well.
Yeah.
I learned that Brussels sprouts are not a good idea.
No.
Unless the kitchen is very far from the bedroom.
Nature's broom. They call it. Yeah.
Yes. Unfortunately, for the sprout.
Yeah.
Yeah. I once went to another matchmaker. I talked to a matchmaker once up in Midtown, in the midsection of New York, which is always, if you got love on the mind, go to the midsection. And I went in. Have you ever gone to a matchmaker?
I've never gone to a matchmaker. No.
And I went into the office. It was a very beige situation in the waiting room. But then in the inside, there were these pictures on the wall, and there were all these different women. Posters of these women, not wearing very much, but had a lot of makeup. And the pictures didn't make any sound, but I could hear Eastern European. You know what I mean? Like, there was definitely a former republic vibe.
Hello there.
Going on there.
What you doing
here? It was
here?
very strange. I was there for an interview, and she could not have been lovelier, but it was just a very odd situation. Not what I imagine the Love Club is like. But gosh, it's you couldn't see yourself ever going into that kind of a situation, could you?
No.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's easy to meet someone when you're young because college is so easy to meet somebody because you just kind of walk around, you see the same people over and over again.
Yes.
Like when my wife and I met her at a party. I saw her across a room, and I went over and she was talking to somebody else. And the conversation they were having was, "I don't understand why people just don't live in the middle of the woods." And she's like, "Yeah, why don't people do that?" And I was thinking, if people don't do that, there's probably a reason. Lack of infrastructure. You got to get food and water out of there. You're going to be lonely. What if you get injured? There's no... Anyways, did not dissuade me at all. But I asked her out multiple times, and she said no.
Really?
But you're at college, you just kind of like keep bumping into each other, and eventually, there's... And I remember the second time, I was out riding my bike and she was jogging and I saw her and I was like, can I bike up behind her jogging? But she was jogging on a track. So I was like, okay, I'll bike into the track area. But she's jogging away from me. So then I was kind of biking after her And I was like, oh, this is bad. I'm pursuing her.
Yeah.
And
Feels
then
wrong.
she gets out of the track, and I go, okay, this is great. I'll bike up kind of behind her, or I'll make a loop come up from the front so I don't scare her. I'll speak, oh, hey, how are you doing here? And so I did that, but she'd just finished jogging around the track, so she was completely out of breath,
Yeah.
dripping with sweat.
Yes.
I was like, hey, how you doing? And she goes, good. And I said, can I walk you home? And she goes, I live right here across the street. And I was like, okay, well, see you later. And that type of interaction normally would be, you're out of the game, but
Yeah.
you're in the same college campus, you bump into each other.
Nevertheless, he persisted.
I ran into her the next day. I almost didn't recognize her because she had gotten extensions in her hair.
Oh, that's quite a choice.
She had like a shaved head, and then the next day she had extensions like down to her knees, these long braids she had gotten somewhere in North Philadelphia. And I asked her to a party, and then that time it went well. So anyways, it's easy to meet someone when you're young. At college, you just bump into each other a lot, But as you get older,
It's because you're cute, so you're allowed to stalk people. I think that's how that works.
Is
If
that
you're
true?
cute enough, you can stalk them. It's less scary.
well, I don't think I wasn't stalking her. I liked her, and I was trying to go out with her.
Yeah. And that happened before you were climbing in her window to use the printer.
Right, me climbing in the window, we were already dating.
Okay. All right. Because together, those two pieces of information,
Yeah,
little,
right.
get a little scared. But it worked out. It worked out nice. It worked out good for you.
Oh, worked out.
No, I'm very happy that it worked. Now, with the illustrations and things that you're doing as well, you have a book about cats.
I have a book called Some Very Interesting Cats Perhaps You Weren't Aware Of. It's an illustrated book.
Yeah.
It's a bunch of little short stories and drawings of cats. It's suitable for all ages.
Yeah.
And then I recently published a young adult novel called This Might Hurt a Bit. It's
Okay.
about my years growing up in western Pennsylvania out in the countryside, getting chased by dogs and stuff.
A personal memoir.
Personal memoir.
But
Well,
illustrated.
no, that one's not illustrated. It's just
it's
all
just
words.
straight up words.
I've been trying to do a book of just words for so long, and I
It's
finally
not easy.
nailed it. All the rest were just drawings of ghosts or cats. Or
Yeah.
I had 3 Die Hard theme books. I don't know why.
Well, listen, the reason I bring up the cats, let's say somebody forgot Valentine's Day, again, hypothetically.
Right.
Would you be willing to draw a couple of cat Valentines that somebody could, sneak into my bedside table or something in a couple of
Oh.
days?
People ask me to do that a lot,
Yeah.
actually. That's my main source of income is cat-themed Valentine's Day cards.
Oh, good.
So this week
I'm glad
is
I'm glad
busy
it didn't come out
for
of the blue.
me, and I'd be more than happy to.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Well,
Your the cat's meow is kind of
already, this
people
is so
love that
good.
one.
This is so great.
Our
That's great.
relationship is perfect.
All of these are gold. All of these are gold.
How can I tell you that I love you is another one. And the cat's tail is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you could sing it by Cat Power? Yeah, sure, Jen Marshall, yeah.
I'm in love with you and I'm not kitten, and that one is a small kitten.
There's so many, there's so many.
So,
Well, Doogie, this has been great. I'm so glad you were able to come back. Can you stick around then? And
Yeah,
then
I'd love to.
because if we need some wisdom from somebody that's been married for as long as you have
Oh, yeah.
and together, we're going to call on you.
all right, great,
Okay?
yeah.
All right, Doogie
Thanks,
Horner,
man.
everybody.